What are you hearing? Have you ever thought about who or what you're listening to when you think? Is that your voice, or is it something deeper and more hidden that's telling you both truths and lies at the same time? Think about it. Your mind is always talking about your life, questioning the choices you've made, playing back old memories, and making up futures that might never come true. What is it? What gives it so much power over you? The truth is that you are not your thoughts. Take a moment to think about that. The voice in your head is not you, it's you who hears it. In the middle of all that noise, you are the observer. But most people don't know this as they go through life. They stay stuck in their thoughts, getting caught in a web of mental chatter that they think is real. What if I told you there was a way out? That getting away from this constant noise is not only possible, but also close at hand? What if you could break out of the chains your mind has put on you and live a life full of peace, clarity, and endless energy? The mind's grip. The mind likes to be in charge. It likes it when you think, plan, worry, and feel bad about things. Life is happening right in front of you, moment by moment, while you're caught in its grip. You miss the magic, the beauty, and the stillness of just being there. You don't have to live this way, though. The voice in your head doesn't have to control your life. A deeper part of you exists that is separate from your thoughts, feelings, and the false sense of control. You always have this part of you there, waiting for you to notice it. A journey inside. We'll talk about how to tune out the noise and connect with a deeper part of yourself in this video. There will be a deep sense of inner peace when you learn how to stop your mind from constantly racing. Imagine living in a place where there is such a strong stillness that you can really live your life, moment by moment, with grace and clarity. Now is the time to stop, take a deep breath, and let go of everything else. At this point, let's start a journey to find the real you again. It's been there all along, but was hidden by all the noise. What you need to know about the voice. The voice in your head is not you, that's the truth. You will have a whole new view of your thoughts, feelings, and life once you understand this. When you realize that you are the observer, the one who is always watching and aware, not when you shut down the voice completely, you'll feel stronger. Now, let's go into more detail about what that voice really means and how you can get back your peace, your presence, and ultimately your freedom. When you're by yourself with your thoughts, have you ever really paid attention? Is it a gentle guide that offers peace and wisdom, or is it a restless chatter that won't let you be still? For many of us, it's the second one, an inner voice that talks, criticizes, worries, and plays things over and over again. But here's something very important to think about. That voice is not you. Take a moment. Isn't it true that you're separate from the voice if you can hear it and watch it talk? You are not the noise. It's just something you hear. This realization opens the door to more peace and understanding. It's possible to start letting go of the voice once you realize it's not who you are. But why is there this voice? It's not trying to hurt you. It's just trying to help you get through life. It thinks ahead, plans, and analyzes, but because it is overprotective, it often causes chaos that isn't needed by making up fears and going over old events again. Imagine that you are in a theater watching a beautiful sunset. The colors are fading into the horizon, and the ocean is reflecting the light in a soft way. When you try to enjoy the beauty, the voice inside your head keeps asking, "Why is the sun so orange? Do you think it's going to rain? What happens next?" This voice takes your attention away from the simple, deep beauty of being present. So how do you stop this narrator from talking all the time? The first thing you need to do is just watch it. Now close your eyes and pay attention to the thoughts that are going through your mind. What do they mean? They might be thinking about these words, making plans for your next steps, or questioning whether this practice is working. Just pay attention to them. Don't judge or fight them. Just look around. A strong truth is that voice is just a pattern, a group of thought patterns that have been trained. It's not who you are. When you watch the chatter without getting involved with it, you make a space between yourself and it. Freedom is in this space. It's a way to directly experience life without mental noise getting in the way. The voice wants your attention. It gets louder and more persistent the more you listen to its stories. But as soon as you take a step back and watch it without judging it, it starts to slip away. You get in touch with the deeper, quieter part of who you really are when you're still. Picture yourself taking a step back and watching the drama as a spectator, calm, aloof, and fully present. Stopping the mind from talking is not the goal. That's not the way. Even though you can't change your thoughts, you can choose to see them for what they are, thoughts. Like passing clouds in the sky, they're not there for long. You, on the other hand, are not clouds. You are the sky itself, endless, still, and unaffected. Being aware that you are not your thoughts, but the awareness that watches them, is what inner freedom is all about. As you keep this awareness alive, a deep peace that doesn't depend on what's going on around you grows. Now, let's look more closely at how this knowledge applies to emotions, which are the energy that often comes from the mind's voice. How can we truly set ourselves free and let go of our emotional chains? It's not always easy to let go, especially when feelings are tied to past pain. These feelings often stick around for a long time because they are linked to memories or events that left a deep mark. But the way to do it is still the same. Fully feel the emotion, but don't become it. Take note of it, but don't let it define who you are. What if I told you that the things that happened don't make you heavy? Holding on to them does. The hurt, the anger, and the fears aren't meant to last forever. You can think of emotions as energy that moves and flows. That energy stays where it is and becomes a heavy burden when we fight them, bring up old hurts, or hide our feelings. It gets heavier as we carry it for longer. Think about this. When someone hurts you, the moment goes by quickly, but your mind keeps playing it over and over, analyzing it, reliving it, and making the pain worse. The real harm is not in the moment itself, but in not being able to let go of it. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It means breaking free from its hold. It means letting the feeling come up, recognizing it, and then letting it go. Like waves in the ocean, emotions come and go. Fear, anger, and sadness rise, peak, and then fall. But the wave will pull you under if you fight it or cling to it. Let's do something together. Think of something that's been weighing you down, like a regret, a painful event, or a fear of what's to come. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. Do you feel tense in the chest or a knot in the stomach? Do not judge it or push it away, just pay attention to it. Take a deep breath now. As you let out your breath, picture that tension easing and the knot coming apart. Say to yourself, I see you, I get it, and I let go of you. Take a few slow, deep breaths and let the feeling flow through you like a wave going back to the ocean. Giving up is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of freedom. It's the power of letting go of the fight with your emotions and giving them room to move through you naturally. When you give up, you leave your mind's endless stories behind and enter the present moment. Yes, it can be hard to let go, especially when feelings are still connected to hurts from the past. Feel the emotion without becoming, it is still the best way to move forward. Take note of it, but don't let it define who you are. Here's a simple exercise. Name your strong emotion when it comes up. Say something like, "This is anger," or "This is sadness." Labeling something makes it seem less real. You tell yourself that it's just an emotion and not who you are in general. You can't avoid pain in life. You have to get through it. Living fully and deeply without getting stuck in things that were never meant to stay. At the same time that you start to let go of emotional baggage, let's look at another source of inner resistance: the false sense of control. Giving up this false belief can lead to real freedom. What about it? How often do we try to get control, power over things that happen, people, and the future? It makes you feel safe, like getting everything under control will bring you peace. But the more you try to keep control, the less you have. At first, that realization can be scary, but it also holds a deep truth. Freedom lies in the release. Take a moment to think. How many times have you planned something perfectly only for life to take a different path? You may have practiced the perfect words for a conversation, but something came up that you didn't expect. If you have a clear picture of where you want to go, you might end up somewhere completely different. Making you mad? Yes. Not possible? Of course. Life is big and wild, and it can't be shackled to the small limits we set for it. No matter what you do, the weather doesn't change. The mental scripts you write for people don't work. No matter how much you plan, the future will happen the way it does. When you hold on to this false sense of control, you cause yourself pain. The resistance grows. There is stress. When you try to hold on to water, the tighter you try, the faster it slips away. What if you let go, though? Instead of giving up, what if you did it out of trust? Trusting that life works out for the best, even when things don't seem clear. Having faith in your own strength and knowing you can handle anything that comes up. Let's do a simple test together. If you can, close your eyes and think of something you're holding on to right now, like a choice, a relationship, or a result you want so badly. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. Is there stress, unease, or a sense of need? Take a deep breath now. As you let out a breath, picture letting go of the need to control. Imagine that your hands are opening up and letting go of what you've been holding on to so tightly. Say to yourself, I let go of this. I believe in life's flow. Giving up or losing interest doesn't mean you've let go of control. It means letting go of the need to control outcomes that aren't in your control. Just be there, do your best, and trust that things will work out the way they should. Life has its own beat and sense of what's right. You can find peace that control can't give you when you stop fighting it and let it flow through you. You start to understand that even when things don't go as planned, they often lead to something beautiful that you didn't expect. Stop and picture yourself in a river. You will be worn out if you try to swim against the current. But if you go with the flow, its power will carry you along. Like that, life is like a stream. If you trust it, it will lead you where you need to go. Giving up control of the outside world isn't the only thing that means surrendering. It also means giving up control of your inner world. How many times do you try to change how you feel or what you think by forcing yourself to feel differently? What would happen if you just let them be? Have you ever thought that they would go away on their own, like a storm? When you want to hold on tight, repeat this phrase to yourself. I control what I can, and I let go of what I can't. This will help you stay grounded when you want to fight or resist. You are in charge of your actions, decisions, and attitude. Life is in charge of the rest. Now that you're starting to let go of control, let's talk about how to live an open life. Picture waking up every day feeling free, with a lightness in your heart and a calmness in your mind. You'd be ready to take on anything that comes your way. That is what it means to live openly. But for many of us, it seems far away because we've put up walls around ourselves. It may look like these walls, made of pain, fear, and the need to protect keep us safe, but they also hold us back. Think about the times you hid how you felt because you were afraid of being judged, or didn't try new things because you were afraid you would fail. These walls may protect you from pain, but they also get in the way of life, your relationships, and the fun of new things. Being open about your life doesn't mean you won't have any problems or pain. In this case, it means not letting your fear control your life. To say yes to life in all its messiness and unpredictability is what the song is about. It's possible for your heart to grow, your mind to calm down, and your spirit to soar when you live this way. The heart is your most powerful energy center, so let's start there. It makes you feel alive, connected, and at peace when it's open. That closed door makes you feel cut off, guarded, and heavy. Why do we shut our hearts? Fear. We are afraid to be open and honest, to get hurt, and to be seen for who we really are. But there is one truth that can change everything. Being open and vulnerable is not a weakness. It's the strongest thing you can have. When you live with an open heart, you let yourself feel deeply, connect with others in a real way, and enjoy life to the fullest. There are risks, but that's where true happiness and purpose are found. To help you open your heart, think of someone or something you love. It could be a person, a pet, a place, or even a memory. Allow yourself to feel that love's warmth. Imagine it getting bigger, spreading out through your chest and spreading out with each breath. Imagine it going beyond you and into the whole world. This is what an open heart feels like, and the more you do it, the easier it is to live in this state of being free, open, and alive. Having an open life also means being there. It's a waste of time to worry about the future or feel bad about the past. Right now, life is happening. Peace, joy, and beauty can be found in the present, but you have to let go of the things that are pulling you away in order to experience them. Pause and take a deep breath right now, no matter where you are. What do you see when you look around? What do you hear? How do you feel? Use your senses to stay in the present. When your mind wanders, bring it back slowly. By practicing being present, you can see life as it really is, not as your fears or expectations make it seem. And freedom comes from being clear. Being open isn't just about you, it's also about how you interact with other people. How often do you hide your true thoughts and feelings because you're afraid? Fear of being judged, rejected, or misunderstood. But when people are honest and open, that's when real connections are made. Here's a challenge. The next time you talk to someone, tell them something real that you normally wouldn't. Take note of what happens. You may find that being open and vulnerable leads to more connection and understanding than you thought possible. To live freely and fully, you need to have an open heart, a present mind, and real connections with other people. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to pick courage over fear, presence over distractions, and love over walls. This is where real life starts. When you live openly, you say yes to life with all your heart. Too often, we wait for the perfect moment out of fear or self-doubt. But life doesn't give us perfect moments. They make themselves when we choose to move forward anyway. To live openly, you have to say yes, even when the way isn't clear. Every day, you let go of your fears, accept your weaknesses, and center yourself in the present. It's worth it, even when it's hard. Now that you're more open to life, let's dig deeper and find out what it means to be truly free, the kind of freedom that lasts through all of life's ups and downs. To be truly free, you can't run away from your duties or avoid pain. It has nothing to do with outside circumstances. Being free from fear, doubt, and control is what true freedom means on the inside. You shouldn't try to escape life. You should face it head-on with courage and clarity. Freedom starts inside. It's not something you get, but something you become aware of. Under the layers of fear, worry, and resistance is a calm stillness that is your true self. When you stop holding on to things you can't change and let go of things that no longer serve you, you find freedom. First, let's talk about the mind. A lot of us think that we'll be free when we've solved all of our problems and reached all of our goals. But notice how quickly another problem comes up after you solve the first one. Making things to fix is what the mind does best. Fixing everything isn't really freedom. Real freedom is taking a step back and watching. Stop worrying or making plans all the time when your mind starts to spin. I am not my thoughts, you need to remind yourself. Picture your thoughts as clouds floating across the sky or leaves floating down a stream. Don't catch them. Just let them go. It's not about ignoring life. It's about getting rid of the endless stories your mind makes up. Now think about how you feel. Freedom doesn't mean you stop having feelings. It means they don't run your life. Just like waves, emotions go up and down. Don't fight them or hold on to them. Instead, accept them. Say, I see you when you feel angry, scared, or sad. Please feel free to let your feelings flow through you. They will pass quickly like a storm. Real freedom comes from realizing that peace doesn't come from life going your way. It comes from letting go of the need for everything to be perfect. Imagine that you are in the middle of a storm. The wind howls and it pours down rain, but there is stillness inside you, a calm that won't move. This stillness is your true self, unaffected by the chaos around you. You understand that being free doesn't mean waiting for the storm to pass when you connect with this inner stillness. The point is to find peace in the middle of it all. True freedom comes from having an open heart, a calm mind, and an inner stillness that never changes. It's the freedom to love deeply, live fully, and accept life's flaws with grace. This freedom is your unshakable base and your greatest gift. It doesn't matter what life throws at you. How then do you live this freedom every day? Being present, letting go of what you can't change, and letting your heart be open to life as it is, not how you want it to be, are ways to live it. Say this to yourself over and over. I am free no matter what. Say it when life gets too much, when plans go wrong, or when your emotions get the best of you. It should remind you that freedom isn't something you find outside. It's something you become aware of inside. Being truly free means living your life to the fullest, without fear, resistance, or the need to control. Living each moment with trust means being sure that you will be okay no matter what. Now, take a deep breath. Allow these words to sink in. Stop thinking about it. Just be here. The idea that you already have everything you've been looking for is what we've been building up to this point. You don't have to chase the clarity, peace, and freedom. They've been waiting for you to come see them and claim them. Remember where we began, with that restless voice inside your head. At first, it may have felt like it was in charge of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You now know the truth, though. That voice is not you. You are the one who watches, listens, and decides how much power to give it. You are the stillness beneath the noise. Then we talked about the anger, fear, and pain that you carry around with you for too long. It wasn't about ignoring or pushing down those feelings. It was about recognizing them, feeling them, and then letting go of them. Why? Because you shouldn't hold on to every wave that hits you. You should let them flow and trust that you will stay steady no matter how high the tide is. We also broke the illusion of control, which is the false idea that we can change everything if we plan, work hard, and hold on tight enough. You can't find true freedom by working harder. You have to give up, trust life's flow, and learn that peace comes when you stop fighting it. Finally, we let down our guard and started living openly, with no walls or hiding. A heart that is open and ready to love, feel, and accept life as it is, in all its raw and beautiful forms. If you're brave enough to show up as you are and enjoy life to the fullest, that's where true joy lives. What should we do now? What's the next step after you understand this? The answer is easy. Just do it. This change won't happen just once, it will happen every day. You can take a step back and observe at any time, let go of things that don't serve you, give up control, and live with an open heart. You can't reach freedom. It's a process. A choice every moment to come back to yourself, trust yourself, and take life as it comes. Take one more deep breath as we say goodbye. Feel the stillness inside you that can't be moved by anyone or anything. Keep that stillness with you. Follow it. Remember this. You are free not because of what's going on around you, but because of great power inside you.